I'm going to say something a little controversial in today's times, which is that winners thrive. Winners literally thrive on inequality, unfairness, and imbalance in society, okay? So, as much as the mainstream preaches about inequality and unfairness, everyone's oppressed, there's so much imbalance financially in the world, you know what? Winners actually thrive on that. Winners actually love that type of challenge. You try to oppress a winner, the more he rises to the occasion, right? Nothing can keep down a winner. Whereas in those conditions, people who are losers, people who are destined to lose in life, do exactly that. They lose, they fail. They can't rise above it because they are looking for an excuse. That's what losers do. Losers look for excuses to lose. And then once they lose, they blame everybody else for their losses. Winners don't have time to blame anyone for their losses. Even if it is somebody else's fault, they just don't have time. They're too busy picking themselves back up and getting back out there and winning. Okay? I've said before, man, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Came from a very, very humble, very middle class, lower middle class upbringing. We didn't have money growing up. Didn't grow up in the best neighborhood. Okay, it was very middle class. Both my parents worked. We struggled. You know, life was tough. Money was tight. And even back then, I was like, bring it on, man. I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to get out there. I can't wait to make something happen, right? My parents have busted their ass for me and my brothers and sisters their entire lives. I want to get out there. I want to win. I want to make something happen. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I just wanted to win. I wanted to do something, and I didn't want to sit back crying and bitching, right? Because my parents also watched the news growing up, and even back then, as a kid, a lot of these news broadcasts were pitting like one group against the next, one group against the other, I mean. Okay, like, oh, the reason why is you're oppressed. You know, and I even had relatives saying that, like feeding that in my ear, like, no, you can never get rich. No, you can never build a business. No, you can never become successful unless you know people are already rich, unless you know people are successful. This is why we have to tax them so we could get some of their money. I was like, what? You know, I was always against that. I was like, I want to make my own money and I don't want anyone taxing me for it, right? I want to do my own thing. Even to this day, when I have challenges in my business, when I have other businesses that I've kind of dived into, other niches, other markets where we are like a very tiny player and they have all of the market share. I mean, for me, I'm not like, oh my gosh, why do they have all the market share? The government needs to come in and divide this evenly. Equality, you know, no, I'm like, all right, screw them. Let's go for it. Let's go get it. How can we outmarket them? How can we outsmart them? How could we be more clever? How could we gain market share? Maybe we're not going to get their market share, but we could take a big chunk out of their pie. How can we do that, right? I'm constantly looking to win. I'm not looking for excuses. I'm not looking for anybody to pat me on the back. Oh, poor you, poor you. No, I don't have time. Get off of me. I want to win, right? Because I'm a competitor. I've told you guys, I'm the most competitive son of a bitch you'll ever meet in your life, right? I'm super competitive, and I want you to go out there and compete too. Unless you did grow up with a silver spoon in your mouth or a golden spoon in your mouth, right? Unless you grew up with privilege, like I mean, I've had some guys who've like come onto my channel and hated on me because they grew up with privilege. They grew up with parents who had money. They grew up in a nice house, in a nice neighborhood, gated community. I didn't grow up with that shit, right? And now they have mommy and daddy's trust fund to take care of them. I've noticed a trend with these type of guys when they come on and hate. They are threatened by the fact that you are trying to rise up in the world, right? They're threatened by the fact, especially if you're like me and you're trying to teach other guys to rise up. They get threatened by that because it makes them feel less of a person, less of a man. Because they have mommy and daddy's money to rely on. That's why they could go out there, and a lot of these kids too end up like rioting and protesting in the streets for shit that they don't even believe in. They glom on to like social justice causes. They feel like they're doing something with their lives. Why? Because they can't repeat their parents' success. That's why. Because at the end of the day, they're a little bitch. They can't repeat their parents' success. A lot of these kids grow up with privilege. This is why they will always hate on guys like me who talk about like, oh, well, there is an inequality in the world, okay? There is imbalance, there is unfairness, and we have to fix it. Da-da-da. It's like, oh, easy for you to say because you could just sit back and do nothing because you got mommy and daddy's money. Yeah, I don't have that. Neither do a lot of my followers. So guess what? We got to rise up. We've got to rise up. And the one thing you'll learn about rising up in the world, becoming successful in the world, is you will have people who will attack you, okay? As long as you're doing anything that lifts you, you're going to have people who will come after you and attack you because they will be threatened by that. Throughout the dawn of time, there has been inequality, unfairness, and imbalance in the world since the dawn of time. And guess what? Thousands of years in the future, we will still have inequality, unfairness, and imbalance. You are not going to change it. Neither will I. All you can do is rise above it and thrive regardless. Period. Period. Okay? Because that's what winners do. Winners thrive. Losers cope. Losers generally want the people in charge, basically government, to hold winners back. Right? They want to hold the winners back so that the losers can get ahead. And once the losers get ahead, even if they do that, the losers don't know what to do once they are ahead. They didn't earn where they are, right? They didn't earn the spot that they get, that the government is giving them. They basically got a participation trophy. So when you don't earn something, you don't value it. So losers, you'll be able to identify them, maybe you know some, will always want the people in charge, the politicians, the government, the authority figures to hold winners back. Maybe overtaxing them, maybe regulating the shit out of them so that the losers can get ahead. From my life experience, God has set up civilization to force you as somebody who wants to win in life. God has set up civilization for you not to rely on government, but for you to find out what your unique talents are. Okay? He set up civilization to force you to find out what your unique talents are so that you don't spend your entire life complaining about those who have and those who have not. God has set up civilization for you to find out what you're good at, what you can become one of the best in the world at, so you can go out there and compete and thrive financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, to become the best that you can be. Because I've said before, only the devil will accept you for who you are. Only Satan will ever accept you for who you are and take you as you are. Right? Which is what the mainstream is pumping into society right now. We have this mainstream ego boosting going on right now, where it's like, yeah, you're beautiful just the way you are. You're perfect just the way you are. Don't change a thing. 300 pounds overweight, it's okay. Because there are plenty of 300-pound obese fat people who are overweight and eat healthy every day. They're healthy. Fat acceptance and all this other stuff. I talked about that song, right, that I can't stand. You're amazing just the way you are, 'cause you're beautiful just the way you are. I can't stand that song, guys. I can't stand that song. Only Satan will ever accept you for who you are. God, on the other hand, wants you to become the best that you can be. He wants you to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. God wants you to grow, expand, enlighten yourself, gain knowledge, learn from your mistakes, fall down so you can get back up. Why? So that you can teach future generations, so you can teach other people. But at the end of the day, like I said, winners thrive on inequality, unfairness, and imbalance. They always have, and guess what? They always will. Losers, complete opposite. Losers will always use inequality, unfairness, and imbalance as an excuse. Never change who they are. Never add any value to the world other than themselves. Constantly make excuses for why they can't get ahead. That's what losers do. They turn on the mainstream news, hear about all the oppression going on in the world and go, hey, I'm one of those people. I'm oppressed too. I'm oppressed too. See, it's not my fault I'm sucking at life and not doing anything with myself. I'm oppressed too. That's what losers do. They always look for excuses and they always point the finger at everyone but themselves. What have I taught you guys? One of the very biggest lessons I taught you, always blame yourself first. Even if it's not your fault, always blame yourself first. Because you will never, ever, ever learn a thing from blaming other people. You will always learn from blaming yourself first. There's always something different you could have done. Because that's what winners do, okay? Winners know that there's always going to be inequality, unfairness, imbalance in the world. You know what? Are some people going to be racist in the world? Absolutely. Who cares? So what? Have I run across a few racist people in the world? Sure. Has it changed who I am? No, I don't care. That's you. That's not me. I'm sure I would have ran across a shit ton more racist people if I actually looked for them, but I don't. I don't look for that. I don't look for the bad in people. I look for the good in people. So I'm sure I ran across even more than the ones that were blatantly, obviously racist that I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Didn't affect me. I was just like, I just felt bad for that person. I'm like, that sucks. You're stuck in that, man. That sucks. That sucks that all you could see are people's skin color and you can't see the content of their character. That sucks. For me, it's all about merit, right? I want cool people in my life who are thriving, kicking ass, aren't playing the victim card, aren't constantly acting like they're being oppressed by the man, people who want to rise above the hand that they were dealt in life, right? I mean, think about it. It's like we're sitting at a poker table. You're not always going to get the perfect hand, right? Sometimes you're going to be dealt cards that you don't like. And for some of us, when we were born, coming out of the womb, we were dealt a hand of cards that sucked. And we can't change them. And you have a choice right now. You could either spend your life crying about it, or you can actually do something about it. Okay, for me personally, I chose to do something about it. I chose to make something happen. Did I not fail? Of course, I failed a ton. And I might still fail throughout life. But you know what? I do tend to win from time to time, as you will. And when you do win from time to time, those wins are going to be big. Okay? They're going to be big. Stop spending so much of your time, focus, and energy complaining and bitching about the cards that you were dealt. And instead, take that focus, energy, and drive to go rise above your conditions, rise above the shitty hand you were dealt in life. Okay? Because that's what winners do. That is what winners do. That's how you win. And with that said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Till next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I upload a brand new coaching video here to the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, I really, really appreciate it. If you subscribe to my channel, it helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and it tells YouTube you love my videos, you want me to do more of them, you want me to share more of this knowledge with you. Okay, so please make sure you subscribe as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further that I am teaching you guys, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets program, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason why I'm doing that is to protect my premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from YouTube in the event that they shut me down one day, which, hey, look at all these channels they're shutting down, right? It's not a far cry, you know, because I'm doing something that is going against the mainstream narrative where I am helping men and I'm not trying to hurt men, right? This is a pro-male channel. It's not an anti-male channel. So obviously, a lot of these social media companies do not like that. So this is why I'm hosting my premium AlphaMaleSecrets content on a private platform that is encrypted, that I'm paying for, so nobody can throw us off that. So even if YouTube takes us down one day, I will still have my premium content up on this private platform that I'm paying for, and you will not notice a single hiccup in that, right? So if you want to support my stuff, that is the absolute best way to do it, is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, right? And the first month is only $1. It's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me. And all you need to do to sign up is just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.